Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the One in a Million channel. My name is Eunice Chan, and I am so excited to be talking and discussing with you about the theme of trusting people today. This remains to be one of the biggest teachers of my life. I have learned so much. I have expanded my life so much. I have expanded my social circle so much. When I learned to slowly begin to trust people, to build social circles, to build people that I can rely on, ask questions, be vulnerable around. And it has taught me so much about life and about myself. It's honestly one of those experiences where I feel like it's so much more rewarding and nourishing than I would have originally imagined. So, if you has a hard time trusting people, I want to tell you something about yourself that you may not have already known. But I'm going to tie that back to this conversation because I believe that it's a very core quality about people who have a hard time trusting in others. So, what I have found in myself and also in the clients that have a hard time putting their trust in others and opening up is that oftentimes the world will seem very black and white. It's always an either all in or all out mentality. I either go big or go home. I either do all of it or do nothing at all. I either stay up till 4 in the morning or I sleep for like 24 hours. Maybe that's a bit of an extreme example. Maybe I lose weight and then I gain it all back. So what does this have anything to do with trust? So let me know if like my guess is correct or if you're like, no, Eunice, you're completely off. But I'll tell you why this is relevant. And this can show up in different degrees in people's lives. So maybe you are like very balanced in your diet and you're very balanced with like food and eating. Maybe you're very balanced with how you like to spend your time and your vacation days and your work days. Maybe there are like certain places in your life where there's like just an all in and all out kind of mentality and a very extreme black and white mentality. So now I'm going to be explaining why. The reason we carry this all in all out mentality is because when we have a hard time trusting people, we tend to keep that gate between us and others so that we cannot get hurt, right? Now, if I don't trust you, I will have a very hard time opening up to you of the richness of my inner world. And my inner world is very rich, and there's so many things that I experience in any given day, and there's so many things that I do, I experience, I feel all my emotions, my stories, my vulnerabilities, my struggles, like all those things. They're all like a rich inner environment. And if I don't trust you, what makes you think that I will open even the tiniest bit to you at all? I won't do that. And so I either don't open up to you at all, or if I really need to win your trust, I really am put in a position where I have to get you to like me, I have to get you to buy from me, I have to like somehow just build this relationship with you. I will tell you, I will open up, I will be friendly, I will, try to build this relationship with you. But then when we part, I'll feel like I can finally breathe again and I can finally be myself again because when I'm with you, I wasn't really myself, but I have to put on this face, I have to put on this mask because I have this obligation to build this relationship with you. So, this is where the black and white mentality comes in. Either that I completely shut myself off from opening up to people. I still have my, day-to-day niceties. I still have my very like diplomatic reply, but I don't open up to you at all. And then on the flip side, we're super close, but then I don't feel authentically and truly connected with you at all. It just feels like it's it's either 100 degrees or like I'm freezing cold to you. So, what learning to trust people has taught me is that if I stay on the cold side and I don't open up at all, I will always stay here and then I will never inch forward. Now, if I were to completely open up. I get people like really close to me, but then I really don't feel authentically connected to them and I don't feel like I'm truly being myself, I will always subconsciously inform myself that it's actually not safe to be with people. It's not safe to open up. And if something disappointing does happen, it's going to reconfirm that it's not safe to trust people. So then I will end up back on the other side, right? But then if I need to, I will take out my whole toolkit of social skills and then I will be social again. But then there's nowhere in between, and I don't enjoy being anywhere between that spectrum. So, what that has taught me is that if I continue to be either here or there, I will always find myself in either these two positions. But in the end of the day, it does not matter what my behavior tells me. I still have a hard time actually trusting people. I'm not able to build those close relationships. I'm not able to count on people the way that I want to. I'm not able to relate to people in the way that brings me or them joy. And that is not fun. So what I've decided to try is, you know what? I will learn to trust people and I will do that step by step. I will take the tiny steps, which was something that I was very uncomfortable with because it meant that I had to really like dial back and I had to assess moment by moment, what am I actually comfortable with trusting people with? Do I trust them with their opinion of me? Do I trust them with one thing that I put in their hands? Do I trust them to give me honest feedback? Do I trust them to support me when it's needed? And you give these tiny little opportunities for you to build your trust with people. And it requires so much of your presence because in the past, I didn't have to use this presence. I didn't have to make these executive decisions whether or not if I want to trust people in this particular situation. It was either all in or all out, right? So then I began to see that internally I was learning to take up the space in between. The in between space then trickled into the other places of my life where I saw myself, oh, this all in and all out mentality, this black and white way of seeing things was showing up in many more places in my life than I had imagined. And as a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't go as far to say how you do one thing as how you do all things, but I can dare say that how you do one thing is how you do many things. And if you don't feel safe to take up space in between the moments, it could very be likely that you also have that fear to take up space in other places of your life, to explore the middle ground, to explore the places where you have not explored before, which is just somewhere in the middle, the place where it's undefined, the place where you just don't really know, like, how do I define this? What's going on? How do I label this? Is it good or bad? It always has to be good or bad, right? Like I always have to know the outcome of something. And when we have that rush to have to define, okay, well, exactly where am I right now? Where are things right now? I just need to know, is it good or bad? Is it a win or lose? Is it a black or white? Is it red or blue? Or maybe sometimes when it's a little murky, maybe it's like a shade of purple with a hint of blue. It's not exactly hot, but it's not exactly cold, and we don't rush ourselves to have to define it. So then we no longer have this pressure of, do I trust this person? Do I not trust this person? Do I trust this person? Do I not trust this person? Can I delegate this? Can I trust that person with it? Can I open up to this person? Can I share the secret? It's like, well, what about we take some time and we slowly figure this out? Maybe we will just take one step at a time and feel into it, right? And so you will see that this reflects in many other places in your life. And you will see that this is a really, really beautiful learning opportunity for you to just enrich yourself in expanding your experiences all the different places of your life that you never imagined that had space for you to grow. So I hope that this video brought you a lot of openness and insight as to what is possible for you to expand into. And I hope that this also gives you excitement and, just inspiration for you to look forward to. Ooh, like there's so much more I can grow into. There's so much more richness and flavors and colors and nuances and all the undefined moments and questions that are in between that I don't need to rush myself to define this very moment. And I can just hold space for that nuance, for that flavor that I just don't quite know yet, but that's okay. So thank you guys for coming to this video. I appreciate you all so much. Let me know what you guys think about this topic. And with that said, love you so much. I'll be seeing you guys in